Few men notice these 7 signals, but they mean. She's ready, she sits in the corner of the cafe, not staring, but not hiding her gaze either. Her eyes drift from her coffee cup to the people around, lingering just a moment too long. When they reach you, it's not a stare, but a question, as if she's asking without words, "Will you see me?" Earlier that morning, she almost didn't go out. She looked in the mirror, touched up her lipstick, and thought, why bother? But something in her, call it hope, call it quiet courage, said, go. And now here she is, offering a glance, a soft smile and a sliver of possibility. You catch it, and you wonder, should I walk over? Here's the truth. Women over 50 don't flirt the way they did at 25. They don't chase, they don't perform, but they do send signals, subtle, rich, and deeply human. If you've ever missed a glance, a moment, because you weren't sure whether the door was open, this video is for you, and maybe, just maybe, you felt that moment of hesitation before. That pause where you weren't sure if her glance meant something or nothing. If you've ever second-guessed your instincts, this next part is for you, because today we'll uncover 7 signs that a mature woman wants to be approached, and more importantly, how to respond with the kind of presence that earns her respect. She's not lost, she's not bored, she's looking, and if her eyes seem to wander the room more than once, especially in your direction, it isn't random. A mature woman may not approach first, but she will open a quiet invitation. You might see her glance up, sweep across the room, pause briefly, then return to her book or her drink. But then she does it again, and again. She's sending a signal wrapped in subtlety. It's not meant to shout, "Come talk to me." It whispers, "I see you. Do you see me?" In a world that often overlooks older women, this act of scanning is not passive. It's brave, because each glance is a risk. Will you ignore it, or will you meet it? Lisa, 54, remembers it well. I was at a hotel lounge, just waiting for a friend. I noticed someone, and I kept looking up, hoping he'd catch my eye. I didn't want to seem desperate, but I also didn't want to leave without giving the moment a chance. I wasn't even sure he noticed, but when he finally smiled back, that small moment changed the whole night. Why does it matter? Because behind that repeated glance is curiosity, hope, maybe even longing. It's not just a visual habit, it's a human reach for connection. And when a woman over 50 opens that door, she's not playing games. She's choosing courage over comfort. Don't let the moment pass you by. There's a moment, flicker in time, when her eyes find yours. It's not accidental. She holds your gaze for just a second, maybe 2, then looks away. You think it's over, but then it happens again. That same gentle collision of glances, the same curiosity hiding in the corner of her smile. This isn't a game, it's a language, one of the oldest, most vulnerable forms of communication. When a mature woman lets her eyes meet yours more than once, she's revealing something deeply human, the desire to be seen and the courage to be noticed. In that shared glance, there's an entire story. It says, "I've lived enough to know what I want. I'm not chasing, but I am open." And for many women over 50, allowing themselves to hold someone's gaze is both thrilling and terrifying, because it means risking rejection in a world that doesn't always value older beauty. Tanya, 59, puts it plainly, "I don't flirt like I used to. I've grown past all that. But if I look at you more than once and I smile, that's me letting you know I'm open. That's me taking a step." Why does this matter? Because that second glance, that intentional return, is a quiet form of bravery. It's an invitation without pressure, a question asked without words. And if you answer it with kindness, with presence, with confidence, something meaningful might begin. It all starts with one look, returned. Why it matters. Repeated. Eye contact is a strong, non-verbal cue that she's interested. One glance can be coincidence. 2 or more, that's a green light. real-life echo. "I don't flirt like I used to," said Tanya, 59, "but if I look at you twice and smile, I'm giving you permission to say hello." You spot her near the coffee bar, then again by the window. And later, she ends up just a few feet away, right next to where you're standing. Coincidence? Probably not. Women over 50 don't just wander, they move with quiet intention. If she shows up near you more than once, it's likely on purpose. Diane, 61, shared this with a laugh. "At this networking event, I ended up close to this guy 3 times. I wasn't trying to be obvious, but I hoped he'd notice. Maybe even say hi." See, women at this age don't usually make the first move, not out of fear but out of grace. But they will open a door, gently, with presence, with proximity. It's not about being loud or taking over the room. It's about placing herself where connection might happen, without forcing it. If she's near you, again and again, she's giving you space to lean in. So next time you notice her in your orbit, don't chalk it up to chance. That's an invitation. All it takes is one kind, confident, "Hey, have we met?" to turn her subtle gesture into something real, because for a woman who's lived, loved and learned, showing up near you is already her way of saying, "I'm open if you are." You're across the room, and suddenly you notice her laughter cuts through the background noise. It's not over the top, but it's there, just a touch more animated, a little more open, and it keeps happening when you're near. Now, she's not trying to steal the spotlight. That's not her style. She's lived long enough to know she doesn't have to perform for attention, but she also knows the power of energy, joy, lightness. Marisol, 56, put it like this: "If I feel drawn to someone, I let myself loosen up. I might laugh more, smile easier. It's my way of saying, this moment feels good to me." You might see her toss her hair back, use her hands more when she talks, turn her shoulders slightly toward you. It's not a show, it's presence. And presence is magnetic, because women over 50 aren't looking to impress, they're looking to connect. So when she becomes just a little more expressive, especially when you're in earshot, it's not a coincidence. It's her way of softening the space between you. So, if her laugh feels like it's floating in your direction, don't ignore it. That little spark of playfulness might be her way of saying, "I'm comfortable around you. You bring out something real in me." All you have to do is bring that same energy back. You see it happen almost without thinking. She smiles, and her hand goes up to her hair. Maybe she tucks it behind her ear, twirls a strand, smooths it out. It's small, quick, easy to miss. But if it happens when she's looking at you, that's not random. Rachel, 58, explained it best. "I don't even notice I'm doing it sometimes. But when I feel drawn to someone, I get a little self-aware. And yeah, I touch my hair. It's like my body wants to soften the moment. This gesture isn't about vanity. It's instinctual. It's one of those little things that stood the test of time because it works. It's gentle, feminine, and quietly flirty without saying a word. She's not saying, "Look at me." She's saying, "I'm at ease with you. I want to feel seen." And the thing is, women over 50 don't do much they don't mean. If she's giving you eye contact, smiling, and playing with her hair, she's not being careless. She's being real. She's letting her guard down just a bit. So don't brush it off as coincidence. Notice it, honor it. Smile back. Because sometimes a single, simple gesture is more honest than 100 words. You catch her looking, and instead of darting her eyes away, she holds the moment. 1 second, 2, maybe even 3. In that tiny window of time, something unspoken passes between you. It's not a challenge, not a test, it's presence, it's awareness. Joyce, 62, once said, "If I meet your eyes and I don't look away right away, that means I want you to stay. I'm not staring, I'm inviting." For women at this stage of life, time has filtered out the need for games. They don't lock eyes with just anyone. So when she lingers, it means she feels something. Curiosity, maybe chemistry, maybe just A moment of shared stillness, and it's not just about interest, it's about confidence. A mature woman who can hold eye contact is showing you, I know who I am, I'm not afraid to be seen. It's bold, yes, but also vulnerable. Because locking eyes is a risk. It says, I'm here as I am. Will you meet me there? So if she, hold your gaze, even briefly, don't look away too quickly. Return it, let her know you see her, not just how she looks, but how she is. Because eye contact isn't just about attraction, it's about respect. It's about giving someone the rare gift of your full attention, and in a world full of distractions, that's one of the most powerful things you can offer. She's mid-conversation or sipping her drink, and then she spots you, and in that exact moment, her hand goes to her scarf, smooths her blouse, checks her lipstick in the reflection of her phone. It's subtle, almost automatic, but make no mistake, it means something. Karen, 60, laughed when she said, it's not about being perfect. I know I've got lines. I know I've lived. But if I see a man I like, I'll still fix my collar or swipe on lip. Balm. Not to impress him, but to feel like me. That's what this is about. Not vanity, not performance. It's about presence. When a mature woman adjusts her appearance in your line of sight, it's not to seek approval, it's to signal readiness. She wants to feel seen and feel like she's showing up as her best self. Because at this age, effort means interest. So don't take it lightly. That small gesture, fixing her earring, retying her hair, it's not random, it's intentional, quiet, feminine. It's her way of saying, you matter enough for me to want to be a little more polished in this moment. And if you're the reason for that extra touch of care, consider it a gift, a signal, a door once again slightly open. Here's the truth most people won't tell you. A woman over 50 doesn't waste her time chasing attention. She's been through too much. Loved deeply, lost quietly, rebuilt herself more than once. So if she's giving you signals, even the softest ones, she's already done the bravest part. She's opened the door, not because she needs validation, but because she still believes in connection, in timing, in the magic of two people noticing each other at just the right moment. So if you see the signs, don't hesitate. Not with pressure, not with ego, but with presence. Say hello, ask something real, offer your full attention, because she doesn't want a show. She wants a moment that feels honest. A man who sees her not as someone from his past, but as someone worth meeting now. And trust me, if you respond with clarity, kindness, and grounded curiosity, you won't just catch her attention. You might just catch something real.